My name is Brian Gehling, and this is my wife Janelle, and we've been married for uh, 6, 8. Let me think about how many months. How many months we've been married?
4.5.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
September, October, November, December, January.
Yeah.
That's 5. About 5 months.
January 20th, it'll be
All
5
right.
months.
Okay. I plan to vote yes on the marriage amendment, and the primary reason is I believe that marriage is only meant for union between man and woman. Primarily, my reasons come, for the most part, through a Catholic worldview perspective, and not only that, but a natural view of the world and how I see things. Well, I grew up in southern Minnesota on a farm, and we had livestock, pigs, grew corn, soybeans. Pretty much a lot of my childhood was spent working on the farm. It was a great family life, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I have a large family. I have about 54 cousins, 55 cousins on one side, and many of them grew up with the same values that I grew up with, and kind of the farm life. It was a great way to grow up, working side by side with both mom and dad. It's getting harder and harder to have that traditional male-female or mother-father dynamic on a regular basis that I was fortunate to have on the farm.
I've always felt a kind of a desire in my heart to be a wife and a mother. I spent a good couple of weeks praying about my vocation in life, and just really focusing on that, asking the Lord, what do you want me to do with my life? How can I best serve you? The gifts and the person that you've made me to be, how can I best use those and use those for you? And I really felt like 100% that I was supposed to be married and just raise children and be a blessing to my husband, and find a man who would love me and respect me. And like Brian said, I agree that marriage is meant to be between a man and a woman, and that God instituted marriage in the very beginning. And we see that story in the creation story between when he created Adam and Eve and told them to be fruitful and multiply. And as a Catholic, I believe that marriage is meant to mirror Christ and his church, and out of that coming new life. And that's the way that it naturally works. And I just believe that it's going to be foundational for our society, if we're going to thrive as a society, to just do things the way God has intended them to be. Because if we start making up our own rules and ways of doing things, we've seen many times in history how that fails, and any nation that does not stand on the principles that God has set in order is doomed to fail as well. So I grew up in a family with a mother and a father, and a large family, I guess, by today's standards. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. So we did a lot of things together as a family, very close-knit family. And having both a mother and a father present helped me to know, I could look at my mom and say, this is the kind of woman I want to be, and see womanly traits in her. And my dad was a very strong Christian, and I was able to see just that strength and masculinity of just a good, supportive father who loved and respected my mom as his wife. And I think seeing the way they interacted it helped me find the man I wanted to marry. So a man that has a lot of similar traits to my dad. And I think just for children growing up in families, there's a lot of confusion about a lot of things these days, but to be able in forming your own identity as a person. And I think if you can have at least examples of solid women and solid men in your lives, it's going to help you just be able to mature and form yourself in a more complete way.